What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. All right, before I get into this video, I just want to give a little message to one of my subscribers who recently donated, the brother Solomon. He requested that I do two videos of the weaknesses of an expanded list of my all-time players, and it's taking me longer, obviously, as I go further out on the all-time list, because you have to think beyond where you normally rank guys. So it's going to take me a little bit longer. Hopefully I'll have one of the videos done by perhaps Monday, and the other one may be done later next week. So as a consequence of that, that's kind of taking a little bit of my time. So the other video requests I will get done. Don't get me wrong. They'll be done very soon. Just remind me if you're on my Patreon, maybe in the comment section or Facebook Messenger if you're a friend of mine on Facebook. Just remind me if there's requests that you have asked and I haven't gotten to it yet. My channel's getting a little bit bigger. I get a little bit more requests. Sometimes some things might slip my mind. So just remind me. But anyway, just want to put that out there. So let's talk about JJ Redneck, right? So you may have heard that the Lakers have given him a contract extension past the, I guess you would call it a rookie coach deal that he got. Remember, Darvin Ham, his predecessor, got a lot of criticism for being a rookie head coach who was given the prestigious job of being a Lakers head coach, right? And even though he won 47 games his rookie year as a head coach and made it all the way to the Western Conference Finals, jigs that make up vast majority of LeBron James's fan base refuse to give him credit for that. They instantly, because they're supreme jigs of the highest shuckster order, they gave Darvin Ham no credit. Some of them, the absolute worst, dehumanized Darvin Ham. Talked about the bullet hole in his head, made fun of his African features. And these are black people, so-called black people that's doing this, not white supremacists, but black people doing this. Just disgusting behavior. And that's why I despise most of his fan base. Not all, but a good portion of them. So Darvin Ham was, because he got on the bad side of LeBron James and Clutch Sports and the media, he got nothing but bad press. Even though, like I said, he made it to the Western Conference Finals against the eventual NBA champions, the Denver Nuggets, even though he won that meaningless in-season tournament, and never mind that Darvin Ham has subsequently been undefeated in the meaningless NBA season cup tournament, he was fired. Even though a month before it was announced that the Lakers were going to retain him as head coach, but LeBron probably pulled such a tantrum that ultimately Jenny Buss fired him in exchange for JJ Redneck, who had no coaching experience. Now, people like to say, well, he won 50 games. You should have won 50 games if you were gifted Luka Doncic, along with the other usual calls and non-calls that go the Faker's way every season since LeBron's been there. Right? So despite the fact that JJ Redneck lost in the first round to the Minnesota Timberwolves, a failure in the playoffs, Archimedes, the basketball Einstein, didn't materialize as a so-called genius. And all of his high-level, plays and basketball vision was all for naught. And how does he get rewarded? He gets an extension. Never gets any criticism when the team loses. And I'm gonna tell you something else too, what I think is going to happen this year. I think the Lakers are going to have ups and downs this year, right? And this is how it's going to work. It's going to be exaggerated with the minions that follow LeBron, right? Whenever they're doing wrong, whenever they're doing poorly, whenever things aren't going right, you know who they're going to blame, right? They're going to blame DeAndre Ayton. He's the next, he's going to be the new Russell Westbrook. He's going to be the guy they're going to blame. He's going to be the next, the next fall guy. You know what I'm saying? He's the next fall guy whenever things don't go right, right? But when things go well, don't be surprised if all of a sudden you start seeing them splicing in video together or photos of Luka and JJ Redneck. Trying to make it like they're a new tandem, the new Magic and Pat Riley. Because JJ Redneck want to be that so badly. He wants that adulation. He wants to be praised and seen as he's this new all-time great coach when he ain't shit. A dude to get blown out all the goddamn time. Didn't he get blown out by 60 points in a preseason game last year? He's no innovator. He's no X's and O's genius. He's no basketball savant. Even though they talk a good game. Even though, he had that podcast. He had that podcast with LeBron James, which was really just a interview for the head coaching position, which was already filled by Darvin Ham. That's all that was. And if you get a sense that I don't like JJ Redick, I can't stand this motherfucker. I can't stand him. He was always an appreciable asshole when he was playing. Not to mention the fact that I've always heard rumors that he was a racist, going all the way back to when he was playing with Duke. And I'm sorry, if you're even remotely close to being accused of being an asshole and a racist, I'm not going to like you. I'm sorry. I'm just not going to give you the benefit of the doubt. And it's been proven that he's a bigot. This guy, on camera, called billions of Chinese the equivalency of the N-word. On camera. And the NBA and the media covered that shit up. No consequences, really. Only thing he really had to do, only thing he did was make some fake apology. Meanwhile, Kyrie Irving had to pay millions and millions of dollars, right? Was suspended, if I recall correctly. Had to complete a 25-step program, which is I'm just exaggerating slightly. Had to meet with all these leaders of a particular group. Many people in the media took personal offense to what he said, which he never said any damn thing. I'm talking about Kyrie Irving. He never said anything. Only thing he did was share a link to a movie. They made it seem like he said something, which he never did. But really, all that really was, a lot of that stuff was just payback for his position on the jab, aka the COVID vaccine. Remember, we couldn't even say that a couple years ago. But you got people talking about, we had rights under Biden. Both of these administrations, Trump and Biden, are trying to take away First Amendment rights. Because we don't live in a democracy anymore. Oh, we live in a republic. You know what the fuck I mean. Stop trying to pick arguments with me. We live in an oligarchy. Where those who have the most are the only ones that really get anything out of living in this country anymore. They take more and more of our privileges, which we used to call our so-called rights, away from us. But anyway, screw JJ Redneck. What he really wants to do too is he wants to associate himself with Luka. And another thing you could argue too, another reason why Luka would sign off on a guy like JJ Redneck is, unlike his past coaches, a Jason Kidd, who was already an established head coach. The coach before that, Rick Carlisle, who was an NBA champion. JJ Redneck doesn't really have any measurable accomplishments. You could make an argument Luka is the senior in his partner, even though technically JJ Redneck is his coach. But this is a player-friendly league, a player empowerment league. It's not like the NBA of the past when the coaches really were treated as or the players were treated as a subordinate. That's no longer the case. So this will be the first time that JJ really is in a situation where he truly is in control. So he might like that power dynamic against a sycophant like JJ Redneck. But anyway, that's all I got to say about it. Tell me what you guys think.